Hey everyone, it's Libby from Maighstirtarot. Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Te Atiawa First Nations people on whose traditional lands these videos are made, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. Woo-wee, okay. Day after the day after the day after, we're here. What will probably happen is for a while I'll probably just do one all-encompassing energies, what's happening type reading until things start breaking up and heading in directions. I'm just going to really put it out there as I felt like on Wednesday here, which was Tuesday in US time, that I actually stepped sideways onto an alternate timeline, onto a timeline that we are not supposed to be on. So I'm just putting it out there. If you're feeling the same, I completely understand where you're coming from. And I suspect that's because, cheating, etc., is extremely low vibrational energy, and it is something that does happen, but how do I put this, guys? If you're wondering when I say how do I put this, guys, for all those that are new, I've got my guides. They are around me, very vocal. If you hear them, if you hear the gruff voice, that'll be Meister, my Gaelic warrior. Softly spoken male voices, Narin, and occasionally I get Surashin pop in, and if she sounds like a really sassy Asian, yeah, blowing her bubble gum, absolutely, that's who Surashin is. So what's happened is we are supposed to be on a particular timeline, but as I have often been saying lately, we are here. Our destination is here, and we do get the choice of going straight through from point A to point B. But as humans with free will, what can also happen is that instead of going straight through from point A to point B, we end up wobbling all over the place and exploring different avenues and blind alleys and coming back, etc. And I feel what's happened is the low vibration of what's happened in the US elections has put us onto one of these, and I'm going to call it a blind alley. That's what they're telling me. It's a blind alley. That will be adjusted. Now, I am just going to put it out there, and I had said this several days ago, and I may have even said it before the election. Actually, I did say it before the election, that Biden will go through the motions of transfer of power. However, something will happen where he gets to the point of that it's a no way. He will be forced to, he doesn't want to invoke the presidential immunity, but something will happen or something will arrive where he will be forced to do so. So the fact that Harris had her concession speech now, conceding is not legally binding, just be aware of that. She had her concession speech just because Biden has come out and started talking about transfer of power. It is going through the motions. Do not underestimate that the alphabet agencies are investigating behind the scenes. If you feel something funky happen to your ballot or in your voting station, then please, please, please don't report it to the state authorities, report it to the federal authorities. Go up that level. And I am talking about, and my members, my members of my community, my beautiful viewers who I love very, very much. And, oh gosh, thank you for so many positive comments. It's me wanting to get through them. Things that you have mentioned are voting machines have been found to be unlocked. Okay, well, that's interesting to note that, ballots that had been scanned could be removed. A number of you noted that when you scanned your ballots that it actually changed the name on your ballot from Harris to Trump. Report that, please, the location, and if you can remember where the machine was in the line of machines or whatever it is out there. Others of you have reported that power went out several times in particular polling stations, yet when you walked your half block or your block home again, none of your microwave or oven clocks were flashing, which means that just there, literally next door, the power hadn't gone out. So please report that sort of thing as well. Bomb threats have got me really concerned because it would have been so easy for somebody to have hidden themselves in a cupboard or something inside and then tampered with ballots. Now, I know I'm going down rabbit holes here, I hate doing so, but we are in this situation. It just does not make sense. The numbers do not add up. First of all, why would particular areas vote blue all the way down the ballot, except for Trump at the top? No, if somebody's going to vote blue all the way down, why they wouldn't vote red as the very top one? That's odd as well. I've got numerous readers saying that they have done either the hand-in or the mail-in ballots or even early voting where they've traced their ballot and it has been received, but it hasn't been acknowledged as being counted, or it had been acknowledged as being counted, and then when they went to check, it's disappeared. So please report all this sort of thing to the next up authorities. Okay. Oh, just all sorts. Anything that just feels funky or off, report it. Okay. What I'm getting, and I am going to get into throwing some cards in a minute, so I do apologise about this really long intro. Last night I was minding my own business, getting ready for bed, as I do, and I got, no, wrong deck, I'll use that deck afterwards. That was the Lightseers deck, I'm just being told wrong deck. I got a real hit of something that I hadn't thought of, actually, and really wasn't on my radar. And while I was getting ready for bed, I got told 5 eyes. Now, the 5 eyes, if you don't know, are the intelligence agencies of Australia, New Zealand, Canada, the US, and the UK. Those 5 agencies. Now, do not underestimate the Canadian Intelligence Agency and the Australian. Ours is called ASIO. The Australian Secret Intelligence, something, blah, blah, something along those lines. Do not underestimate the ability of these 5 eye agencies. And I was like, oh, okay. So what I'm getting is that the 5 eyes are going to uncover something that they're going to report. And then I got told Mossad. And if you think about it, Mossad is the Israeli intelligence agencies. Now, if you think about it, and I don't want to give you false hope, but going back, who visited the Trump at Mar-a-Lago? A couple of times, Netanyahu, and I got Mossad. So there is something that's going to come out on the international front. Okay, so I'm just putting it out there. Now, in case this timeline does not rectify, I feel really strongly it will, that information will come out. But if this timeline does not rectify, we're going to have 4 years of grit teeth, and we'll get through it. But I'm saying if. I mean, I don't honestly, and I just went with that. I honestly don't feel that's going to happen, but I don't want to give you false hope just in case. Now, if you see me wobbling a bit, I'm in a building in the shaky Isles that has been built for earthquakes. It's an incredibly windy day outside, and I can feel it's only 5 stories high, but I can feel the whole building sway. So if I sort of pause and go, oh, hang on, and it's not to do with the reading, just be aware that that's what's happening. Because we've had a couple of pretty good earthquakes while I've been here as well, and boy, oh boy, they're fun. Okay, I'm just going to talk about the numbers as well. The statistics that have come out have said that the number of people who have voted is on par with the record turnout for the 2020 elections. Now, I looked that up, just a smidgen under 160 million people. Right, the numbers. Apparently, Trump got 73 million. Apparently, Harris got 61 million. or thereabouts, because I'm using round figures. Total's 141 million. Throw in Stein and RFK, that's another 1.8. So we're looking at, 140, perhaps 143 million have been counted and allocated. Now, 160 minus 140, well, actually 142.8, 143, where are the other 17, 18 million votes? There's something off just in those numbers alone. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm using my Gilded Tarot Royale. Man, yeah, this is what we're dealing with right now. Now, I did wonder about Musk, if you remember, very recently. He launched, what was it, thousands of Starlink satellites. Did question that at the time. There is a video on that. I'll have to go back. Well, for those that can remember what I said, please, if it's anything relevant here, let me know. But what I'm really feeling is that, you know how I've been talking for months about all these little different attempts that Republicans were making to subvert the voting. Yeah, there's no one. There's no one. There's multiple different little elements that have been used. So I'm just going to say, okay, let's have a look. I want to have a look at the 5 eyes. Why did I get told 5 eyes? Show me what's going to come out. And I'm really, Kremlin, yes. Netanyahu, massive yes, is what I'm getting with the Mossad. I'm dubious, and I have been for a long time now, that Putin's actually still alive. I'm feeling that the Putin figure that met with Trump and Mar-a-Lago was more a messenger back to the Kremlin, but they've got their own problems at the moment. But boy, am I feeling the Israeli. Okay, so let's have a look. Why am I picking up 5 eyes? Come on down, let's have a look. Oh, man, almost not game to read on this. Okay, Queen of Swords. It's my Harris card. Harris. Okay, thank you. I just got reminded. Do not forget that Biden, there's a reason why he's been called the intelligence president. And Harris has been called the law and order. Madam President, she will be, is what I feel. But yeah, this is, I really get the feeling, and I have said it in the comments to a few people, that Harris came out very quickly and did her concession speech to take the spotlight off her so that the media wasn't baying for her to concede, etc. Biden's come out and given today, I believe, his transfer of power speech, and it has the very same feel, the going through the motions, to take the spotlight off, to keep calm in the country, to take the spotlight off Biden and Harris. Now, remember, Biden is in the big chair with immunity, and he's there for, another 2.5 months or something, while they go through the motions behind the scenes. And I'm really wondering whether Harris is taking lead on this, or it could simply be internally strategizing and planning and bringing forward the truth. Because queens are internal, kings are external. So queens are internally doing something, kings are actually bringing the action forward. So, okay, that's the signifier here. And I'm really drawn to the doves that are flying around. Now, there's 5 doves. If you think of the 5 of Swords card, which is the betrayal, the deceit, the win at any cost, the stealing, the treason card, you've actually in this card got 5 doves of peace and of light. So just be aware of the different energies here that we've got in play. Challenged by something really big being brought forward, something of strength being brought forward. I'm also 5 eyes. I'm getting there as well. I really feel. So what have we got? The ferret and the weasel down here. You've got a rabbit, but you've got the stag of strength and integrity bringing forward. So ferreted out is what I just got told. Something really big. Okay, what have we got going on here? Okay, foundation of the reading, we've got the voter. The voter. Even MAGA voters who should be out in the streets celebrating and shooting their guns in the air and letting off fireworks and all the rest of it, they're sitting back going, what the heck just happened? Something that even they are sitting back and going, not all of them, some of them are goading and bringing forward their I wonder why they can't get women. There's their idiotic smugness, etc. But thinking MAGAs are really going, something's not right here. The fact that all the swing states went red in itself is incredibly bizarre. The fact that they were called when the counting was at perhaps 10%, incredibly bizarre. Plus all the lead up. I'm just letting you know all the voters. Yeah, here it is. Secrets behind the scenes that will be revealed. Swamp energy that will come into the light. That turned the wheel. So this low vibration swamp energy turned the wheel, but it will be found out. I'm just telling you right now, things are just not. Okay, crowning the reading, betrayal, loss, heartbreak, but the swords of truth stabbing through the heart. Also, the fact that it was President, Senate, and House doesn't feel right. The three swords of swords betraying all that is good. Okay, there are going to be a lot of headlines come out really quickly, really soon. Turn off the news, the mainstream media news, and watch the alternates. What is it? Legal AF, Midas Touch, the Lincoln Project. There are a number of them. Go to legitimate news sources, PBS, SBS, Channel 4 in the UK, etc. We're not looking for speculation here. There is information that is going to come out quickly, and a lot of it. Okay. Externally, and it is going to be explosive, volatile information that is going to be brought forward. Internally, about contracts and agreements that were made, about perhaps women, the strength of the women vote, but contracts and agreements that were made because you've got the fading of this misogynistic, patriarchal energy, and they don't like it. They don't want to lose their dominance. It's not even about power, it's about dominance. So this is what's going on internally. Contracts and agreements that were made. Okay. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Mars sitting up there. Well, who do we know wants to go and populate Mars? Okay. Hopes and fears. Stalling the Chariot. Chaos being caused. The outcome. Illusion. Smoke and mirrors. Trickery. An obvious choice that has been obfuscated. Is that a word? I'm drawn to the 5 doves here again, coming forth. The basket is going to turn up empty. They're going to reap what was sown. And the 5 of cups. What are the 5 eyes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5 eyes. I want to ask, is this as the sword of truth is brought forward with that dove, and you've got the star of hope and healing and the best of democracy. Boy, oh boy, on the base we've got the magician, the manifestation, everything within their control that can be able to bring forth. You've got Biden, you've got the high priestess, secrets behind the scenes about the steal. This is going to be emotionally overwhelming when the information comes out about who was paid for what, and here it comes. It's going to be an end of a cycle, unable to continue on for those in this patriarchal energy, because the wheel of fortune is turning, the sun and the Queen of Cups, the new emotion being brought forward, but also as things are exposed that haven't yet been revealed. So, yeah, okay. It's going to leave those cards there because I want to ask, well, I mean, who has stabbed through the heart? But let's have a look. I'll just leave those cards there and just draw some more. For those that wonder how I shuffle, well, there's a lot of anxiety around this, absolutely. Show me. This energy, a lot of just anxiety in regards to all this information that's going to come out. And I saw the King of Swords there and the Ace of Swords. Votes being discarded potentially. Now this is entertainment only, allegedly, and all that jazz. Show me. Show me. This muddying of the waters, coming at reaping what they sow, which is going to be a loss. Who is this? The secrets, not going to like what's on offer. The Death card. Hidden agendas. Therefore, it feels off. Ending, significant ending. Secrets being revealed. And there's that whistleblower again, and a harsh truth coming forward about things that were underhanded. It's going to be emotionally overwhelming. There's going to be a lot of information that comes out. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I really feel that this is just the country. I mean, these cards are telling me that it's the Republicans that are going to find themselves on the wrong side of history when it comes to this. It's not just them. It's not even the Republicans. It's Trump, Musk, Crow, Teal. It's not the average Republicans. This is homeland voting security that is not being accepted here. So show me. Show me, goddess. Are the 5 eyes I don't want to give you false hope, but it's not over by a long shot. Please, as I said, check your votes, report anything that was wrong or doesn't add up that happened to you. Encourage your neighbours, your relatives, your friends to do so. If they mention or you're talking about it and they say something, get them to report. Okay, so show me 5 eyes. What are 5 eyes bringing forward on the inverted commas Trump win? I'm not going to ask just in general. What are 5 eyes bringing forward on the inverted commas Trump win? Something out of left field about the steel. Something unexpected, stinky fish out of left field about the steel, about this. At the base, it's going to be explosive when the energy comes out. Please, please, please stock your pantries. Contracts and agreements, it's possibly that they're even aware of it already and it's being investigated because that's in the past. Crowning this reading, goodness me. The secret's been brought to the surface and exposed. The turning, the fiddling, the machinations, dark money, dark action behind the scenes. 3 entities involved are going to find themselves fully exposed. Yeah, look at these, same cards, different order. Yep, the weasel is going to be outed. Hopes and fears. It's going to be very emotionally overwhelming. I will not deny that. What we've got here is a half moon cycle as well, so maybe there'll be something come out within 2 weeks, but all eyes are on it, looking at this. Holy crumbs, the outcome. And I did ask 5 eyes in regards to the Trump win, the devil. And I'm so drawn, I know that's not the Star of David, but I am so drawn to Netanyahu, Mossad in regards to this. The sword of truth will come forward and things will be stopped. Money will be shaken out. The 7 of Swords, and there's that lost card. Yeah. It's almost like it gets turned around, 3-2. Now, I'm just going to put it out there. I don't know if anybody saw the interview before the election of Rudy Giuliani in his convertible that he was supposed to have handed over to Shea and Moss. And he was as smug as and as arrogant as that Trump was going to win. So Rudy knows. Rudy knows what happened. Perhaps get him sloshed. Yeah, it's going to be brought forward and it's going to be something really that will change the course. Okay, where do I go from here? Danny Shea did ask. He's envisioned a while back about red states splitting from blue, and he thought it was going to be red splitting from blue. But he was wondering, because I was talking to Danny, I've been talking to Denise, I've been talking to David and Gary. Please send them all your love. We're just all going, what the heck happened? Throwing some cards privately, etc. Just going to do a quick throw only because Danny asked what cards I would get for this. Will the blue states separate from the red? Will the blue states, and we're talking California, Oregon, what's the other one? Arizona, is that one of those? Or Nevada or something? I can't remember where they all are. I'll just do a 3, 2, 1. Are the blue states, if we stay on this bizarre timeline that we are not supposed to be on, I'm just going to say that because it really felt like, and a step to the right, that we weren't supposed to be on. Put your hands on your hips and pull your knees in tight. You know how it goes. Are the blue states going to split from the red? In other words, are the blue states going to, if it stays on this timeline, because I'm really getting very strongly, the future is not written on this timeline. And I am just struggling with that, and I'm really struggling with the bizarreness of it all. There was a clear future written on that timeline. The future's not written on this one. What it will take is, to get back on the right timeline, we need to then take a step to the left. Now, I'm not talking right and left politics. I'm talking about something needs to come out where the people of the United States step back to the timeline that they were supposed to be on. And I do get okay, I'll throw those cards in a minute. You'll notice I've stopped shuffling there. I feel the last couple of days incredibly calm. And I did ask my guides this morning, I said, why do I feel so calm on this timeline that just feels like we're not supposed to be on? Why do we shift onto this timeline? What is the lesson to be learned? Because boy, oh boy, I am there with David from Tarot by the Bay, where so many of us are already through the other side of this lesson. Why do we have to go through it again? Why? It's like, it's just so difficult. We're through. We're on the other side. Why do we have to go through the pain and the agony and the anxiety of it all again? Although I do feel incredibly calm. And I did get the message. It's because there are more that need to be woken up. Now, the reason what's happening is that there is a certain element still within the voting population of the US. There will be some that will never wake up, but there are some that are still very complacent. Oh, it won't affect me. Oh, it won't. You know, why didn't they treat I'm pro-life, I voted anti-abortion, not realising it came with a whole lot of other stuff. So, but why did they not treat my daughter and she passed away? Because you voted for it. There's this still awakening that needs to happen to an element. And what is happening is that it wasn't going to happen if it was an easy thoroughfare for Harrison Waltz. The fact that it's going to be so difficult is putting, and I hate to say it, fear. There's stuff that is going to come out over the next couple of months where people are going to have a real wake up about how horrific their life would be or will be under a Trump government. And it will be things like him setting up, because at the moment, because they're going through this transfer of power thing, Trump putting people into positions where they start talking about their plans, and therefore it will be out in the public to be seen. Ergo, if you are not a fully fledged citizen, we're going to round you up and send you back to goodness knows where. Send the Guatemalans to Venezuela. Send the Ukrainians to South Africa. I don't know. They don't have a plan about what they're going to do. But the plan will be that the plan will come out of these I'm just going to say concentration camps. The plans will come out of what they intend to do. And it's going to be the biggest wake-up call. And if they don't wake up, please, 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 this element of the population, there will be some that never will, but there is this element, this band, and I'm seeing it like a band down the middle. There's those of us that are awake, there are those that never will, but there's this, feels like, and it's not a straight across, it's this band across the middle that are still very complacent, that really don't think it'll affect them, that haven't opened their eyes to what this actually means. And if this band does not wake up in numbers, then they will actually get it. Does that make sense? That's why I'm saying this timeline has not yet been written. If enough of them wake up, we will step back into where we are supposed to be. Now, I'm saying this as a straight white person with money behind me, that lives in another country. None of this is really going to affect me on a personal level. But I just feel so intensely that I have to share this with you. Anyhow, I have shuffled the cards. I'm going to bring you down. I don't want to scare you. This is what my guides are telling me is what the way it's going to go. So I don't want to give you false hope. I want to put it all out there. So, red and blue will the blue states split from the red? Right, we've got the voter here. We've got the anxiety. We've got the whistleblower. However, could also be blue saying, don't think so. We're going. We're out of here. Red, oh dear, what have we done? Blue card, red card, voter. I'm going by the intensity of the colour of the cards. Again, this may be a wake-up lesson if we continue down that timeline. The blue state's saying, yeah, nah, we're done. The red states finding themselves in this nightmarish situation, and it may go, because the United States is 50 states, so the way the constitutions are set up, 50 different little countries that have agreed to work together. Not like Australia, we're a federation, we're completely different. States can't split off. But in the US, if they vote for it, they can. Woo-wee! The Eight of Swords, finding themselves restricted by the truth, by the well, this may even be the blue states being tied to the red states, and they may face a choice to hold on to their money, their taxes for themselves. And I'm looking at you, California, that has the GDP of number 4 in the world or something. Is that right? Maybe I might be wrong there, but boy, oh boy. The United States is, California is, if it was a country, it's way up there. So they may find themselves, at the moment, they are bound, but they have the choice. And they might come down to it, to hold on to their own money for themselves if we go down this path of the dictator. Oh boy. If the US goes down the path of the dictator. I'm just having a look what's on the bottom. Going back to how things were in the past, as the snake in the path is being exposed, the birth of something new, new cycles, and an ending of what was and a new beginning. I'm getting the really real feeling that there are multiple timeline options in play. And I'm saying options. So, Danny, yep. If if it goes down the path, if this timeline continues down the path, and for whatever reason, because I just set options again, boy, oh boy, oh boy, and the US ends up with the dictator, then yes, the blue will split. Boy. Okay. You asked if Biden will act. Now, I read before the election that Biden will attempt to go through the motions. I feel what him and Harris are doing at the moment are doing everything within their power to keep things calm. Because, boy, if they came out and said, we believe there's fraud and we're investigating it and we're bringing in all these international agencies and, boy, not only would you tip off those that did the stealing, there would be conflict in the street. Right, I've got the circles of support, so I feel that there are 3 of the 5 eyes that are going to come together and they're going to bring about a new start. So just be aware. Okay, so what's going through Biden's mind at the moment? What's going through? What's happening behind the scenes? No, okay, I'm being told not to say. I'm being told not to say. So I will leave that there for you. And as I shuffled, we've got a tower moment. Things will never be the same again. Trump was brought into this period in time and elevated to the position that he is in to expose all the loopholes, to expose the corruption, to expose how easily those that want to do wrong can do, and they can't be stopped because the laws, the checks and balances in place are not and have never been strong enough. They were put in place for the eventuality of honourable people who intended to do the right thing. At the moment, it is being destroyed to be rebuilt stronger. To be rebuilt stronger. In the face of this, there is new coming. Powerful new coming. But there is a period where we need to link arms, stand firm, demand, put out the message, demand that of your local to order a recount or let your information be known. But you've got Harris and you've got the best of democracy and the star of hope. And then you have legal coming for those that were involved. The truth is coming for them because we know in our heart of hearts that something is off, something is really wrong about the election being stolen, the betrayal, the deceit, the treason, and then we've got justice, and then we've got moving on with the higher authorities, whether this is universal energy, this is the courts, this is the government. The money changing hands, deals done, are going to be fully exposed. Can't come soon enough. For those that wondered, that have said, you never told us this was going to happen, go back and check my readings for the last couple of months, and I think you'll find most readers had said boy oh boy, it's going to get wild. Buckle up your seatbelt. There's going to be a lot of legal stuff. There's going to be a lot of shenanigans. There's going to be a lot of. We may not have been intense about it because we just didn't comprehend the level that they could stoop to. Okay, interestingly enough, for those that want to know about my scribbling, this is what my notebook looks like. Last page of this notebook. Turn the page. Tomorrow is another day. And I'm really drawn to what's on the bottom of my light seers. That is looking at me. The Tower moment. Hold on to what is really important. Let go of the rest, because there is something powerful and new on offer here being brought forward. It's going to bring about a step from the darkness into the light. I understand the anxiety that the white raven or the dove that was in the other deck is coming to dispel. We'll get through this. Whichever path we end up going down, we will get through this. Love to you all. Take care. Bye-bye.